Hi guys, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm expecting from you for this Unit 4 summative. Please watch this entire video. Um, it's going to be really important that you follow the rules for this. I'm giving you 3 days to get it done. You should have plenty of time. The only thing that I'm worried about is just that we're going to run into technical issues or confusion or whatever. Most of that I think can be eliminated if you just watch this video and try your best to follow the rules, okay? So this right here is the student view. You're going to see something like this when you log into Google Classroom. You can see over here you have an upcoming assignment due on Thursday at 11:59 to Unit 4 summative, okay? So this is an important little thing to pay attention to. If you go to classwork, you're going to see a Unit 4 summative section. This one says video example because it's just strictly for this video. Obviously yours will be a little bit different, but you will have a section dedicated only to your summative. The important thing first to open up is this rules, rubric, and checklist document. So before you do anything else, please make sure you are familiar with what is in this document, okay? So I'm going to go over some highlights with you right now, but it's going to be really important that you know what's in here, okay? So your summative posted at 8 o'clock this morning, Tuesday, May 5th. It will close at 11:59, so right before midnight on Thursday, May 7th. So you have 3 whole days to get this done. That should be plenty of time. Even if you're still missing work, go back and finish what you're missing from Unit 4. If you feel like you still need help with a practice test or you need a little bit of tutoring before you take the test, we have 3 days to get that stuff done. So you should have plenty of time, no excuses. Rules. Obviously, I don't have a lot of control over what you guys are using for your notes. Ideally, what you have is like, notes from the videos, practice problems from all of your assignments written down somewhere, like in a notebook or on paper somewhere that you could use. You just really should not be using the internet to help you. I do teach things in a certain way, and I can often tell if you're taking answers from another source. So just pay attention to that. I teach a certain notation, I teach a certain method of solving. So if you're not doing those things, I can sometimes tell. I can often tell if you're, whatever. Just be mature about it. Okay, be honest. You are going to have to submit your work. So like proof of your work, you can't just type in the answers. It's just like in a class, like if you turn in a test that has only the answers written on it and no work, I don't give you credit for it at all. So if you do not submit work with this, you will not get full credit for this test, and we're going to go over that in this video. To turn in your test, there are 2 things. So there's a Google form that's just like your daily assignments that you'll type in your answers, and then to that assignment you will attach a photo of your work, or if you can't take a photo, you'll attach a Google document where you can just type in your work instead. So you're either doing your work on a piece of paper, taking a photo, or you're typing in a Google Doc. So that's what these are right here. Please just make sure if you're doing work on a sheet of paper somewhere, try to keep it neat and organized. It's really hard for me when your work is all jumbled up. It's almost just as bad as if you just don't do anything. So try to stay organized. And then you can also type into a Google document. I will show you how to do this on today's video. Okay. You are going to be graded on accuracy here, so each section will be worth 4 points, and then your final score is actually just going to be an average of those. So you'll get 1 score out of 4, so it'll be really easy to tell what letter you got. So I just want to simplify things here a little bit for you. I'm not going to go through this rubric right now. If you're interested in the rubric, here it is. It's available for you. And then the way I would calculate your score, right, so you're going to get maybe a 4, 2, 2, 3. I would add up 4, 2, 2, 3. I would divide it by 4, and you'd get 1 final score. I will round your decimals. If it's 4.5, I'll round it up. If it's 3.5, I'll round it up. If it's 3.4, I'm going to round it down. So that's that. And then I'm just giving you a little checklist as well. There are 3 big things you need to do for this. You need to complete the work, either on a sheet of paper or in a Google Doc. You need to enter your answers on the form, and then you need to submit proof of your work. So if you've done these 3 things, congratulations, you are officially totally done with Unit 4. Congratulations. I will get your grade back to you as soon as I possibly can. Okay? Okay. The other thing in here is going to be a Google Doc of the summative and then a Google form for the summative. So the Google document is going to look like this. It's going to have all the same information. It's going to have the rubric, and then it's going to have the actual problems. Here, these are 3 practice problems. This is obviously not what your actual summative is going to look like. Here are 3 examples though, and then it'll have a little checklist. You cannot type directly onto this, right? You don't have access to edit. Please don't use this button here. I am not going to give anyone access to edit this document directly, just because if I give everybody access to edit this, you could all type in crazy stuff here and that would be really confusing. So what you need to do, if you go over here to File and click Make a Copy, you can actually make one of these for yourself. So I would just name mine like my last name, and then I would call this Unit 4. When you do this, it gives you your own personal copy, right? And now you can type in whatever you want here, okay? So that's how you would get access to this. Don't do this right here. I'm not going to grant you access to edit the original. Just make a copy of it. So it's File, Make a Copy, okay? So that'll show you the problems. It'll have everything on here. You're still going to submit a Google form. So last thing on here is your Google form. It is just the exact same thing as your daily assignments. Oh, hang on a second. This is all screwed up. You won't run into this problem, I promise. This is just, hold on. This won't happen to you, I swear. Do use your school email address though. If you're not using your school email address, you might run into some issues. So let's try this one more time. So this, right, so this is not a school email address that I'm using, so that's why it denied me access. Just try to use your school email address if you can. Oh my gosh. Okay. Unit 4 summative, Google form, here it is. Enter your email address, enter your name. Okay, so let's say for this one I got x equals 3. For this one I got x equals 23. For this one I got x equals 2, x equals 5. Okay, so fill this out just with the answers here. If you want a copy of your responses, you can turn this thing on. It'll send you an email. Otherwise, just hit submit. This is not going to give you your grade immediately. This is not going to give you the answers. This is it. It's just going to say thanks. Don't forget to submit proof of work. So now what you're going to want to do is go to open assignment. This is why I had you guys practice the photo thing early on. Okay. So over here, right, I have no work attached. This is a problem. You will not get full credit if this says no work attached. So I'm going to go to unsubmit here. And then I'm going to go to add or create. What I have done, I completed my work on a sheet of paper. It's nice, it's organized, it's pretty. Here are all of my answers. Okay, it's labeled with my last name. So I'm going to go ahead and hit add or create here. I'm just going to upload a file. I'm going to drag it in here. I'm going to hit upload. I'm going to wait for it to upload. I'm going to wait for it to upload. And then now when I have the image here, I'm going to go ahead and click turn in. Okay. So it's going to say, yes, do you want to turn this in? I'm going to say, yes, I do want to turn this in. Here it is. What this does, if you want to type a little comment to me or something, you can do that. What this does now, here's your teacher view. Okay. Now I can see that one person has turned it in. If I click here, I can see Madison Mills turned this in. I can see your picture right here. I can go to this. I can see the responses. This is why the Google form is so important, is because now I can go through and I can see this automatically grades for me. So this is a really easy and quick tool. However, here's something I need you to pay attention to, right? So here I typed x equals 2, x equals 5. It marked this wrong. This is not wrong. It doesn't match the key, so that's why it got marked wrong, okay? But obviously I have eyeballs and a brain, and I can see that you got the correct answer. You will still get credit for this. Do not freak out about this. You won't even be able to see it, just me, okay? But I can go through and I can see what you got right and what you got wrong, okay? So I know that you got all of the problems correct, so what I can do then is go here to your little assignment, okay? I can say you got all of them correct. I'm going to give you a 4 out of 4. I can type in, way to go, okay? I can post a comment, and then I can go ahead and return your grade, and I'm going to return it with a 4 out of 4 because I got them all correct. Now, the cool thing that happens is if we go back to my student view, if I go to classwork and view your work, what happens is you can see my comment, way to go, and the grade as soon as I post those for you. Okay, and I'm not going to post those until probably next week. Definitely not until Friday at the very, very earliest, but probably not until next week. But you'll be able to see your grade on here and your comment here. Okay. So if you're a person that can take a photo of your work, you're done with this video. Congratulations. Go figure it out. Please email me if you have questions. If you are unable to take a photo of your work or upload a photo, you need to pay attention to this next part. Okay. If you cannot take a photo, you're going to have to type into a Google document. So I showed you how to make a copy of this already. So now I have this test that I can actually type on, right? So I'm going to go ahead and type in my work here. So for example, on this one, the first thing I would do is subtract 1, right? So I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides. And that's going to give me 2x, if I subtract 1 here, 2x equals 6. So what you can do to type math stuff, if you go to Insert, Equation, this now gives you like all of the mathy kinds of things here that you can type in, okay? So this gives me 2x equals 6, right? And then I would just divide by 2. And you can type this however you want. It doesn't have to look exactly like this. I just think this is organized. And then, so that would give me x equals 3. And that would be my final answer there, okay? Same thing on this one, right? This one I would actually square both sides, so I would get x plus 2 equals 25, and then I would subtract 2, and I would get x equals 23, right? This one down here is a little bit more complicated because you have the radical and you have the 2 x's, so this one you have to FOIL and you have to go through a little bit longer process. Just type in what you do, okay? Then, on yours, what you can do, okay, when you go to add or create, just go to Google Drive. I saved mine as Mills Unit 4, so I'm going to just go to Mills Unit 4 here. And I'm going to add in that Google document. So yours, instead of having the picture, right, instead of having the photo, yours would just have a Google Doc. This is totally fine as well. So if you're unable to take the photo, just submit the Google document, and then that will, right over here, instead of seeing a photo, I will just see this Google document that you've typed in. So those are your options. If you can't take a photo of your work, just do, right, File, make a copy of the of this one right here, of the Google Doc, Summative, make a copy of it, type in your answers, and then attach that as your work over here. And then same thing, I'll still get it, I'll still give you a grade, all that stuff. Okay, that's all I have for you guys. Please, please, please let me know if you have questions before you start working on this stuff. Don't wait until it's too late. Okay, you guys got it. Way to go. Nice job. Bye.